Hey everyone, it's Krystallee here. So, if you're somebody that grew up in a household that experienced divorce, and maybe you're an adult and you've also experienced divorce now, and you've gone through both or just one, this video is for you. And what I want to share here is how it is to grow up and how this translates into our adulthood as we get older, as we age, and as we become more wise and more responsible for our lives. So I'm going to be vulnerable here because I've done a lot of work, and I can be vulnerable because I think being vulnerable just allows you to see where you can go from being in a very stuck, hard place and state. And I've done all the meditations. I've done all the self-help readings and journalings and stuff. I went to classical therapy. I did everything and nothing helped except for this. So my parents divorced at a very young age. I was living in Trinidad at the time. It was a very hard transition and it was difficult. The whole nucleus of the family imploded and just exploded. And there are many broken hearts. My parents had broken hearts. We had broken hearts. I have two other sisters. And we internalized that differently because we were all at different stages in our lives. And so children usually take on a role and responsibility in the family when things aren't going right. And so for me, I took on the role of the carer. I ensured everybody was good, wanted to take care of everything, wanted to solve world problems at that young age. I wanted to make sure that people were just okay. Carrying the weight on the world on my shoulders. And so then this translated into my adult life. And I noticed even in my relationship, there was this caring mentality, but it was more like a people pleasing. Like, I will conform and change and become a chameleon to suit you so you would love me, so you would accept me, because children are always looking for acceptance and love. And so then we bring that concept into adulthood where then we do anything and everything to have that acceptance and love, which is actually a very unhealthy way of going about things and a very unhealthy attachment style to your partner. So I noticed that there were characteristics within me that I was shamefully doing, like I saw my parents do, because that's what I learned. That's the environment I grew up in. That's what I thought love was and communicating and relationship building was like. I didn't know any other way. So I had to go seek that. But what I didn't know is that I've been carrying around the divorce in my heart all this time, up until the age of 29, when things started changing. I had a great career. I was on my own. Things were phenomenal. And things started not feeling right. My body felt really off. I felt just sick all the time. And it's almost like this thing was just about to erupt and explode. I was like a volcano ready to erupt. And that did erupt. At 30, it erupted. I had all these crazy health situations occur, and it just brought on chronic everything. Anything under the sun, I had it. But no doctor could tell me what was going on, except for one who told me to look at my mind. And so I did research because I'm a nerd and I love doing research on things. When I figure something that I need to do, I go down the rabbit hole and I go study it until I'm well versed enough to make my own educated decision. And so I did. So I worked on the mind. I was like, how do you work on the mind? Like, where do you transform the mind? And within doing that transformation at the age of 30, since then, I have never looked back. I've never held on to my parents' divorce. In fact, that first session with this amazing hypnotherapist gave me the freedom that I was actually looking for from the last 30 years of being bound by what I had gone through in my childhood, in my adulthood, and what I've been carrying on with me into my own relationships, which made them really unhealthy. And so I want to ensure that you understand that the mind is the most powerful entity that we have. when they say mental health, it is the greatest health that you can have is in the mind. And a lot of people don't understand that because they think it's in the body, but it's not. The body is just a responding agent of the mind. And so that hypnotherapy session went well. I love Jean. She transformed my life that day. And I was like, oh, I'm doing this. This is something that people don't even realize. After I've gone for therapy since I was a kid, I admitted myself, I took myself all the time to therapy because I just wanted to feel good and get helped and feel supported and work through things and finally get past it. But it never happened. It never did. I went there for decades to get help. Never did. What I really need to do was let go of the pain I was suffering in my mind still at that age, even though the divorce happened a decade before that. I needed to work on that and really allow it to process properly. Then give my mind granted access to let it go, permit it access to go. I need some other things in my life. This is what I want to come in. But we don't understand the mind to that degree. Most average people don't. And that's why there's amazing individuals like myself and other practitioners out there that are doing this incredible healing work, this technology that actually helps you not only heal, but transform and evolve into something even greater still. Because life doesn't end at divorce and life doesn't stop. But if you're noticing there's patterns happening that maybe you're responding the same way like your parents did, or there's feelings that are just left unattended and you have open wounds. You have wounds that you just haven't been able to really let go of, really shed, then this is the way to do it. Because there's no doctor out there that'll tell you to look at the mind. Thank God I came across one because he saw how many times I had been at Emerge and doing tests and stuff. He's like, girl, like, just look at the mind. You're good. Your body is good. It's functioning. Could function even better if you knew how the mind actually affected the body. And so I was dealing with the chronic stress of my parents' divorce. I was holding on to that for so long. It affected my relationship. It affected my relationship with myself, and really allowing myself to really understand things, really let go of things, really process that at even that childlike level. You know, we did a little time warping, right? We got to go back in time and dabble there. It sounds scary. I know. But it's not. It's actually where you need to be in order to actually break free. Wow, I like that. I'm going to write that down. Anyway, so I wanted to be vulnerable because you need to know, you need to understand that, yes, these patterns are ingrained within your subconscious mind, and that is where you need to begin in order to move them through and out of you, rather than shoving them down and in, where a lot of other modalities out there do that. We actually allow this to come out. And that's where you find the biggest change in your own life, as well as then heal the broken heart, mend the heart, so you can have heart-to-heart relationships with people that mean so much to you, with your parents, with your loved ones, with your partner, whomever that may be. You can have these heart-to-heart relationships with them. So thanks for listening today. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Hope you're able to get a lot of value out of that today. I'll see you soon.